is up? Apparently I don't have my where I can hear myself talking on at all right now because the wind was blowing in from the, what do you call it, swamp cooler. 98 right here, SoCal. Not too bad for mid-August. Normally a lot hotter than that, so we'll take that. Get messages from Pooland there, how close we are, which I know. Tell you some stuff after and tomorrow as well. So yeah, we are going to be doing the La Mirada, one of the La Miradas. There's 4 locals that work out of La Mirada. They all start with R-CAL and 00. We have the 61, the 71, the 81, and the 111. All those jobs are listed in the Discord if you are on the Mateo community server, which some of you are. Turn down some volumes here. We got everything good. Yeah, no, I saw, yeah. I was, when I was getting ready for the thing, Chris, I saw that Albertan was bringing it down the hill. He like passed me. He was coming down the pad here, the hill, and then he already dumped them off in La Mirada, and then he headed over to LAJ with the rest of them. Probably took them over to Sea Yard. So I saw there's Malabar. There was the 351s and 381s, I think, as well as the 61s that he dropped off, and then the Malabar ones as well. So thanks for getting that for me there, Barstow, and we're going to move metal around. I didn't start this locomotive before because who doesn't like hearing these things start up? Let's go. Here we go. I guess we get a double turn on there. I do have the BNSF radio operational right now. So I thought I said start all locomotives, but then I clicked off screen. Oh, I wonder if this one's busted. Wonder if this one's busted or something, because here it won't start. Let me relinquish and re-grab it. Here, let's see what happens when we just start it this way. Almost like the turbo's blown out or something. There it goes. Something with the auto start wasn't quite working so well. Now this one stopped. Just started manually. 100%. Thank you for the teamwork. You're the dream work. It makes the team work. Everybody who plays on this server and you work any BNSF jobs, Chris right there is the one to thank, because he makes sure that all the stuff gets sorted through and gets brought out of Barstow. Without Barstow, BNSF out here, we'd have no cars. So always thank you, sir. Now, get to work.
I mean,
give it a little.
Doesn't sound good with a brake applied. I know nothing about trains, but it doesn't sound good. But I mean, I don't have the authority to move you if they told you for an immediate stop. But yeah, it's gonna get bad if you stay there. So we'll see what the higher ups say. Over.
There's dispatch for the real dispatch for the BNSF sub here. San Bernardino sub, BNSF. I think it goes through some of the Cajon sub as well.
Well, hopefully you don't have a bad day. Hopefully they get out there.
But what I got to do first is I got to come get these tankers out, because we need to go that way.
You get going, but from the looks of it, the past couple times I've worked this job, things don't move quick. Over.
And I didn't hit those switches, so we just went over those guys right there without, thank God they're spring switches. All right, so we don't have to change anything because we drove over them already. What I was going to do is show you the map here. So this is from the depotserver.com. We're in the San Bernardino sub. This is page 11. This KC Lead Industries is what we're working right now. And if we go, this is the local, the actual local, the 0061. However, air gas, these ones on page 4 from the depot, we've modified those configs so that those are 0081 cars, not 0061 cars. So any of these that say page 4 here, those are not part of the configuration of the server. Now, how would you know that if you didn't know that? Well, what we do, let me get rid of that. We hit control and then gotta click on the right screen. Shift L, we'll see it's control L, alt L, something. It's one of the I's or L's. Okay, there we go. So it took a minute to bring up. So it's in your commands, your keyboard commands if you don't know. So if we go here to R-CAL0061, this is the car report. So this is the cars that are ready to be picked up. However, that didn't tell us from the map that we looked at a minute ago on Depot which ones are in this thing. This just says what cars are out and ready to be picked up by the local. And it tells you here they're all ready to be picked up and where they're going. But if you go to industry configuration, and if you could sort these by this local freight symbol here. So if you go here to 61, you'll see that these are the ones you can sort by any of these columns here. But from that map before, I can probably bring it up over. We'll see, so it says air gas right here is 61. But if we look for air, we sort by incoming tag. Do it again. And then we got to go up to A or down because I did it too many times. So if we look for air, this one, so you see it says right here 0081. So by going to the industry list, which if you go here, keyboard, and we go down to, could be show industry list. Or just industry, show, faux show, or not faux show. So, industry list, left control and L. At left control and L, and then wait a second, because it does take a second to load up. So you saw it flash there for a second, it won't go away. So left control, hold left control, press L, will bring that up, and then you can see what's there or what's not there. So we'll use this here shortly. We really don't need to because everything's here where we're at, and everything's ready to go. So we're going to pick up the cars that are here right now. But first, we got to start with those guys over there. So let me get on the locomotive here. We're all buckled up. Let's go. All right. We had a problem. So we did not take a look at this, and now we've split it. Now, was that on purpose? Probably not. So we've PCS'd ourselves. So let me close both angle cocks. It shouldn't take but a second for it to actually charge up. You can't connect the, won't be able to connect anything. You have a PCS open, so I go into the reverser, goes into neutral. I'm going to put the handbrake on so we don't roll anywhere, even though we can't because the brakes are on. I'm going to apply the emergency brake all the way for 60 seconds. This will start flashing and we can release it, and then we're good to go. And then we will address the fact that we are split across the tracks right afterwards. Let's get out of PCS. Normal. If you want to do the F7 cheat, you can do that as well. You know, that airs up your entire train. You said F7. The problem is that it'll put the airlines together, and the couplers are pulled apart far enough right now where the hoses won't connect. So they'll keep disconnecting when you hit F7. They'll connect, disconnect, connect, disconnect, and then you'll just PCS. So let's just do it this way first, and then we'll go from there. Since I closed the angle cocks in between them, then shouldn't be an issue. Also, when you PCS, the handbrakes came on. There we go. We got flashing. Release the emergency brake. Go ahead and go outside, and we're gonna go in reverse so we can get off this switch right here. I did have to like release the handbrakes for some reason. And here are the brakes. It's acting like this is a car. I mean, there's a air compressor inside of it, so. Well, yeah, we didn't go back far enough. The front wheels are, let's get the wheels off. So this thing should be not going to do auto EOT. We should be good now. So on, no CFM. The switch is now activated correctly, so we don't do the splits. And this is what happens when you're switching. You're throwing switches all the time. That you get in a hurry, or you're not really thinking about all the pieces. And accidents happen. Happens all the time. That's how you resolve them. We use the independent brake here to slow us down. So like a hiccup there. All right. Now, without having any of the cars selected, I don't want air in these guys, so I'm going to check now. You see there's no air here in the brake pipe, nothing in the brake cylinder. There's no air in them. But if I wanted to, without one selected, I think it's Control F7, and that will bleed them. But for now, I'm going to remove the handbrakes, and we're going to pull them out of here because they're already bled out. I don't like pulling empty cars. I'll have to air them out when I go on the main. I'm not on the main right now. I'm in a switching status inside the industry, so can't kick cars. They got air in them. I mean, so there's a couple San Diego cars in here too. That's gonna take a little more thinking here, because I only have 2 tracks to get around here. That's me hitting the keyboard. I really can't do much about that. I want San Diego on the rear, and so here's how I'm gonna do that. This is the beauty of trying to doing locals. Be like, you know, have a little creative going on. I'm gonna come back more. Scratch that. Got idea number 2. My switch is good there. So idea number 2 says, let's kick that one. And we'll come back just a little bit here, because I had one more San Diego car, this guy. I'll have to switch for a minute. I'm going to put a handbrake on there. So I have these cars are intermixed right now, so we'll kick this guy over here. I try to do this with the least amount of movements. as you know, that I have to do. Not always simple, but I try to be as efficient as I can here. I'm not going too fast though. I'm kicking at like 8, so you know, not that big of a deal. We'll put the handbrake on here. That watt is gonna go follow that one. Now we got to move these 2 San Diego ones over one. Put the San Diego ones in the back. That way we can always peel them off. You like that hiccup? Have a good night, Chris. Thanks for joining. I hope you get a good night's sleep early in the morning there. All right, now let's take the handbrake off here. Since we're going backwards, we'll probably pull that tanker behind us as well. Be nice if I can get it over here first, which I could do. Actually, it doesn't matter. No. Stay with your plan, Beer. Stay with your plan. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing everything fine. Except for hitting the brakes too early. Run back here. We got getting all huffy puffy here, trying to run and keep up with our train. Almost like we need a conductor or the ATV. I got 2 here. These are brand new ones. These are nice and clean. They're not disgusting. All right, so now we're going to slide and bounce off the ground and all that. Okay, let's see if I can get this, hit too much brake, and therefore you try to kick them, the couplers are. That'll be good. Let's see, we got 7. Pretty flat here. Kick that off, come backwards here. So if you guys are gonna kick cars on the multiplayer server, please make sure that you don't go too fast. You have to get it fast enough to go. You don't need to go above 10. If it's not going that far, just do it at like 5 or 6, or if it's flat. I mean, it's flat right now, so I think I did this last one at 6. I mean, this is how they really do. They kick cars like this, so that's not a problem. Just make sure that you're doing it safe so that you don't jeopardize the server. If you have any questions, you can ask one of us professional virtual railroad engineers that are not railroad engineers in real life. But have fun doing this stuff. got my switches lined up. I'm gonna come on over to this guy right here. The 2 trailers I have. Nice clean guys. Look at it. They're pretty. Nice reflectors. You can read all the things. There's got to be brand new. There's no graffiti on them or anything. I think the newer model cars too, from the, you know, one of the freight packs. Because it's not necessarily the overlay, the paint scheme that you put on them that make them, you know, where they're all blurry and stuff. That's the actual model. So these older vehicle models, like this one back here, should be one. If you get close to it, see how see how it's all like, can't read it? That's because this is an older model car. It's from version 1, I believe. And this is a version 2 car, so you see how much smoother everything looks. And it's a bigger tanker too. It has handrails and all sorts of goodies. So I'm going to push this back before I pull forward though, so I don't do more splits. I'll make sure that my wheels in the back are clear. I want to go to about here, so that as I pull the cars out here, because, you know, these are not full, but they are hazmat. All right, let's put a handbrake on there. They're empty, so we don't need to do anything crazy. I'll grab these box cars and take all these out of here. Probably turn off that. I'm in the industry. Run up on the curb here. Connect this hose. Now I didn't do it for all those tankers, but that's okay. We'll get them. And we'll start with back here. Again, we have to come make sure that our wheels aren't off of this switch here, that we're gonna get tangled up and stuff. So while we're driving out, you could use the F7 if you'd like. I think I have mine set to put air on right now, and I don't want to put air in these because doing work where I don't want air in the cars that I have to bleed out. And let's see, that switch is straight. Get my steps in here. Either one of these are... So the San Diego cars we have to separate. We have to put all the San Diego cars together. They can actually go to San Diego directly from here. Basically right out the door if I wanted to, but we'll send them with other San Diego cars that we have. All right, and now we are ready to pull forward. We do have one switch up there. All of our switches are lined up. So we're gonna grab these cars. There's another couple sets of them here, and then we need to head over to La Mirada. This is an uncontrolled crossing here. There's no lights and bells and all that stuff. So we'll stand here with our highly visible reflector vest. I actually wanted to go into here. Or even here. Maybe this one? Already starting to be a decent sized train here. And the sorting will continue here as we grab the other ones. Let's separate San Diego from non-San Diego. It's really the only thing we have to sort out. Everything else will go to Barstow except San Diego. So, now we need to look here. This is another, we've got to pull cars out. I see two paths. There's nothing over there. Looks like I got trips. I got triple PAS here, and I think that's, what is that? That's in Texas. Oh, no, don't care. Not a big deal. Put a handbrake on here so this thing don't roll off. And I have to get them from that direction that that it's coming towards me, so. So when I grab the other ones, I'll shove them back. But I have to run around them first. This may not be the most efficient way, but this is the way that I feel like how I want to do it. Your mileage may vary. And I'm going to be Mr. Conductor here. Down here to this switch. This is where we'll pull them out. And based on how the map is as well, we look at, that's what we want. We just want to go to the map section. So we're here off the orange sub. We get started slow down here. We're off the orange sub, so when we come out, I have over at Dell Street Yard, I have cars for San Diego. But if I go over there, I won't be able to get into La Mirada because I'm on Main 1 up here. until I, you know, pass La Mirada and I have to come back. So that's not beneficial for us to do. So we'll have to take San Diego cars with us to La Mirada. But you're going to see here that the way I'm lining this up right now, I think the San Diego cars will be up against the power, so I can drop off the other cars and then address the San Diego cars right away. Find out together. I gotta get these pass cars out of here though. Speaking of pass, okay, so if we go here, the depotserver.com, and I can go to the reference. If we go here, SoCal, where we're working, so PAS, I thought it would say they used to have a off map calculator, like not a calculator, map, an off route map that would tell you. They don't have it anymore. Not here anyways. I have it, but I don't have it set to like show in OBS here. So you can like run, like figure out, these are the locals, these are within SoCal, the industries. I was looking more for like where PAS is. And I know I have a BNSF intermodal map, but that shouldn't tell us. It might. If we zoom in, it could. Can you zoom in? Yeah. I thought PAS was, I don't remember where it was now. Sure, somebody will tell us. El Paso, I think it's El Paso. So it is in Texas. That's my story anyways. That's what I'm sticking to. All right, let's buckle this thing up. Do multiple things here at the same time. That look up websites while we're driving trains. Can't do that very good. Now, while I'm pulling out here, let me go. I know I have those cars there, so that's, I can get down the way out San Diego. It's in the very back. This one is not San Diego. And then we're going to come out here to the main. This is a main. We got to watch how we do that. But essentially got 2 more cars to go once I get this whole group of cars together. All right, so I like where that's at. Let me put the handbrake on here. Take the pressure off the couplers here. Yep. Beepy beepy. Okay, so it's right on the front end here. Yes, getting a speeding ticket. A1. Figured I'll pick up these guys first, then pull forward, grab the other ones, and then we'll grab the stack right afterwards. Again, you can do it any way you want. I figure the least amount of backwards and forwards that I'm going would be more fun. Now I got to deal with this. This not being on. This being on. And this one not being where I need it to be right now. Now it is. Whoa. Oh yeah, that's straight. I was gonna get these. We're at coupling speed now. We want to just letting it come to a nice, it's going uphill a little bit. I'm at 4 miles an hour down to 3.5. Should be around 3 when it couples. Below 3, okay. 2.7 or 2.6, not bad. Doing that, you're a regular other simulator. Catching the hoses while the whole thing's moving. Probably not going to happen. You'd get like points deducted if you did. I mean, you should, because a moving train, you wouldn't necessarily do that anyways. All right, so we put it on that far one, so we have to worry about brakes here. Let's ride this rascal. You're gonna make it like aesthetically pleasing. Put all the the tankers are together and the box cars together and the grain cars together. Of course, it's going to get all messed up now after we pick up these last two cars, but you know, the most part of it, the shapes are similar, just for fun, not necessary. Most important thing is that all the stuff going off map is together, and the stuff that's not, that's going down, well, it's off map is San Diego as well, but those are together. By the way, I ran the San Diego route till they like flew it. There's like dirt there and signal towers and all that, just nothing nothing connecting them together yet. All right, handbrakes off. Let's go forward. We don't have to run all the way down to the switch. We'll hitch a ride here. UP style. Now we're gonna go past that switch, and then we'll shove back and get the rest of these, and we're out of here. We got 2 stops on the way out. One for each cut there, San Diego and not San Diego. That switch is already good. I just have to pass this one here so that I can slowing down. Let's see. Did we get it? Perfect. Now the rest of them. Well, I guess there's nothing going on. I haven't heard anything. Oh, did I hit stop? I wonder.
You're gonna see.
Yeah, I probably hit stop.
There, and then watch for it at Santa Fe Springs, the main one there.
I must have, as I was going between screens, sometimes whatever, you know, I hit spacebar or whatever.
Correct. Thanks, guys.
By accident, and could have paused VLC. So I'm playing this through the VLC player. You have the ability to like open stuff from radioreference.net, broadcastify.com.
From the ABL,
and there's our guy right there.
Let me know whenever you get it. You can act on it. Let me know when you got it. Over.
Back to that. All right. Here we go.
Conductor on the Zoom and I can't hear him. I think he's trying to read it to me, but if you got it, you can act on it there. You don't need to read it to me there. Conductor, if you can hear your engineer, we're ready to go.
We're ready to go as well. 2 more stops on the way out of this industry. I don't know. It's not a sighting. I don't know exactly. Is it a sighting? I don't know what you call it. A lead? I guess it's industry lead. Take a look. There's a car coming up here to the left. I think it's San Diego. That'd be the last car in the cut. We passed this whole thing. Get a little fast because we're going downhill right now. We got a distance counter down. We're a 1,000-foot long train.
Okay, I'm definitely watching your hours of service. I do have a relief crew if we need to flip them back over.
Halfway there.
Multiple service interruptions, so it may be a bumpy ride, but I'll keep you posted. Over. Thanks. Venus 50 assisting.
What do we got right now? We got 15 empties. There we go. That'll do right there. You know my road name. It says the R-CAL. Doesn't matter. We're ATSF, so we're half a bean sniff. All right, we are in reverse and we are rolling. We got to go out here and yell at people. Hey, I can't. I need to get around your train. You're like, really? You can't. There's a train blocking your way. Yeah, but I need to get around it. Well, too bad. Just wait. But I'm in a rush. There's a bumper back there. That's good because it's talking about if there ain't no bumper there and there's just the tracks just end.
Railroad.
And this wheel falls off, doesn't touch the metal anymore. The whole train that's connected to that will disappear.
Track 1, no defects.
We always want to make sure that we got
no defects.
keep our wheels touching the metal. So even if we
speed 6, 7 out.
we pick a switch or something like that, at least the metal's still touching the metal. It's when it doesn't. It's a problem. You see me do it here where I backed off something and slacked out and fell off and the whole train disappeared. Well, what are you going to do? Good thing I had a save of it. Okay, so I'm good there to go. This is the last car in the consist since it's San Diego. Well, actually, no, it's not. It's we're gonna keep pulling out. So we're gonna leave it aired out. So handbrakes off. Let's pull forward. We have one more car to pick up over here at the cold meat storage. And then we're gonna come out here. Before we go out, we got to make sure that it's clear. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but we have that switch there, but then we'll set this one back. Not required as not a main line, but it is, you know, nice to do so. Because if you're barreling down here, you want to go into plastic color. It's not a main line, so it's not required to have to reset that switch.
Okay, we have to go west, just so you know. We have to go down to 42, over. Fine, I'll take care of everything. You just come on down. When you clear 42, I'll know we're going there. Come on at me there. Signal indication at 44, and come on, let's go down there and get you in. Come on, Spectrum.
Put 2 handbrakes on now.
Loma Holler, we're going to go into siding 1, over.
1.
Use Spectrum.
His reefer's empty, so if we had any full cars here, we want to put them against the power. We'd have to do a little more sorting the way we are now with, you know, the en route sorting. There's some graffiti on there. You can do this a couple different ways. I normally will, not normally, I don't run this a lot. I've run this, last time I ran this job here was probably 8 months ago or so. I've done it a few different ways when you collect these. We're going to have to go down the main line, and we don't necessarily want to shove these cars all the way through the main line, so we've got a few ways to do that. Either you can assemble the train here in the yard, and then you can shove them into the siding. You got to go on the main and then onto the siding over here, and then, you know, run around, which that's what I'm gonna try. It should be not be too long where I can't do that. So that's what we're gonna do right now.
580 on a clear up.
So, oops. Let me see. So here on the orange sub, we are no problems. The olive sub is where we run the porphyry local down to, if you remember a couple weeks ago. So we'll open this switch, and then we'll open this switch here. Also one down here that I want to come back onto the main. This line branch goes down to San Diego, but it's, you know, it's not complete. So it does just, if you went off of it, you would just disappear.
Let's go to 3030.
Oh, guess I stopped.
Felipe, over.
Watch my speed up there. The good thing about doing it this way too is there's no ditch lights on the lead. What I have is a lead right now, so when I flip it around, I'll have to reset. You have to re-MU it. Set the orientation.
Vector 248 to the Zeman LA 5820 head in, but can you hear me over? No response, Vector.
Alright, then once I get off there, we'll start a distance counter. 1150, but that includes the 2 power units. Hopefully it should be long enough. I don't know. Let's see. On the map, it does show it at 1400 is what the sighting is. If we look right here, so 1435. Oh, we'll see if we can squeeze through. If not, we can always just kick the San Diegos off right back down and worry about those later.
I'm on 27 now. What do we got?
Or go back into the yard, split the train up, switch around, and then shove it here, then go.
Hello.
All right, so we're off there. So we'll set almost good.
I'm all clear across the mile.
Pull it up a little bit more here. Just to get it so that I know that it's not going to be a problem if it rolls or whatever. All right. We got 3 handbrakes on down there. Switch is already thrown. I'm going to close this angle cock. Come back here a little bit. I'll pull forward. Now we are going to be going on the main, right? This is the main. So we do need to put EOT and a train device on here, and then we can open. These aren't aired up, so we're not going to PCS, but we are attached. EOT is applied.
713, good to go.
That's the ditches. Ditches work good.
Back to 248 over.
All right, we're lined up. Now let's go ahead and set this as the lead unit. Then I always do the MU. So I recalibrate the orientation of the power. I set the circuit breakers and the auto brakes, or the air brakes, correction, air brakes.
Back to 248 over.
And now we are ready to go. We'll up on the front end here.
Car, go over.
This is the main, so like you can go and stop quick. So we
Remember, we always start with the TCS number first there, Big Dog 9433. What's the unit number? I'll get you one day. You're going to say, dispatcher, your TCS number, and then you're going to give it to me. You got it. All right, all good. 598 over. Hard, heavy, and off. Then you go. Y'all have a great one. I'll talk to you done. Dispatch out. Sir, yes, sir. Dispatch out.
Past these switches, we can reverse grab our stuff here. There we go, right there.
Special K258 calling EIC, Lincoln Avenue, over.
Yeah, it's Orange County. So now we have the San Diego cars against the power, so as we head in La Mirada, we can drop behind us and then pull forward and do whatever we need to at San Diego. I believe there are San Diego cars there now on a different track. All right, now I'm gonna go into neutral here on the power. And let's connect the air brakes, and I'm gonna crack partial on that one. I'll go open on the cars. That's partial, and now we're gonna go up to notch 3 to start pumping cars up here. You can watch up here, CFM, cubic feet per minute. Want that to come down to 80 before we crack that other one open. I'm gonna get some water while this is boosting up here. Shouldn't take long, so I'll be right back in a minute.
Down and clear, 15 through, over.
580 on a 580 on a clear up. 50 is 15, Venus 6802.
Go ahead.
Like Amtrak fixed it, signal indication. Just try to clear Fullerton Junction as quick as you can. You Venus 50 is 15 now.
All right, CFM still at 150. Go inside and look at it. We have no pressure reading here, so let's take a look at the air lines. So everything's shows white all the way back. We dropping air somewhere? Yeah. There it is. There's where we're losing air. Never connected that. Oh, we connected it. So we're basically just blowing air out the back. There we go. And somehow we didn't PCS. Probably because it was a slow leak. All right, you can hear the air starting to get in there. You see CFM's coming down now.
5 feet or 5 units?
You can hear the turbo in here starting to wind up.
Back 5 cars. All line, back 5 inches.
The light usually comes on when it's fully charged. Sometimes it doesn't. Took my water glass and didn't bring it back.
Flashing yellow, Riverdale, over.
All right, but it'll never get fully, so we're at 72 on the brake cylinder. The FM's at 90. Now, what happens if we crack it at 90, I found. If I crack it at 90, it's going to send all that airflow back here. It'll go above 90, and it'll blow the thing off here. So I wait till 80. Just to make sure we don't have a brake air dump. And once the FM is below 80 like it is now, I'll go ahead and open that all the way. Cock's fully open. You can hear the turbo really kicking in now. And we can go in here, we can see what our measurement is now on the end of train device. 84 pounds on the rear, the brakes are released now. 80 pounds releases the brakes. And then maximum will be 90.
1.
So, what we need to do now is we're going to be coming, we're right here at 60, this is us, 61. I'm going to set that switch, even though auto can, but I need to get in the La Mirada. So the La Mirada yard is actually like right off of this. So I need to come into right here, if it'll let me select it, because this switch goes this crossover. And I want to pull down in here into the yard. So I'm going to say, hey, can you get me there? And see what he says. I want to do it by the map, so I have to go to 36 and then tone 15. So if we say channel 36. And then we're going to star 15. We should get a response. You didn't ask me what I wanted. There we go. So I want to go to that destination I selected, and we can actually pull forward towards the signal now if we like. All right, so he gave me a signal indication, which means he's accepted my request. If we look here, we'll see we get up to the switch that we wanted. From there, we can do a restricting to La Mirada. Otherwise, if we go through it, then we have to cancel the route so we can throw the switch. We just want to go to that light and we can take care of it ourselves. We don't have a quarter mile or something like that. Last car will be the reefer. We'll need to shut this switch, lock it back for mainline operation. Sometimes if you put those on with the auto, you know, the auto EOT, then they'll start flashing on their own, but they're not now, so. We got an advanced approach up here, I believe it is. If I look at from the depotserver.com, we go to reference, and the actually under downloads, signal rules. We're on BNSF track, so we got to follow those rules. We got a flashing yellow over red. So flashing yellow over red is an approach medium. It tells you right here what that means. Proceed, prepare to pass next signal, not exceeding 40. So we can go, and it's also, we're diverging, which we know because we're going on to the main from this sub. So, here's the signals available at depotserver.com. Use them, know them, love them. We're on main to main, so we can go up to 50 now. Just by the next signal, we need to be at 40. So that's fine. Let me give it a lean in.
Just tie Ray up in the hole here. We'll keep the night over here.
And then of course I have my
Everyone,
all my brights on. The next signal's not far away either, by the way. It's the ballpark siding we're coming up on. That's where we do the outbound from La Mirada. We'll build it and park it there until we have enough so that it can go to Barstow. And at the end of that siding is where the signal is. That's where the switches are. That's a control point.
FCAX Railroad Detector Milepost 177.4. Track 1, no defects.
Right now we're 1,100 feet,
total axle
672
4,
tons, which is
speed
nothing.
75 out. All right, in the clear, over.
Intermediate switch right here, telling the next one is, so we got a solid yellow over red. So this is just an approach. So if we're going more than 30, we have to slow down immediately. Delta intermediate here because of those number plates right there. 1643, it's the mile marker, or a grade symbol. You know, there's G, if it has a G on it, or there's no switches, then it's intermediate, meaning the next signal is going to be a control point since that was a solid yellow. This flashing yellow, it means you got two more signals. Still a red. In the DS screen here within the simulator, all these signals here, these are all control points. These are not intermediates. And where it has the line that says if it was sitting on the ground, so that's the one you would be facing. So if the line is, your train's coming to where that line is, that's like a stand is standing in the air from there. And I'm speeding right now because I was in that DS screen. So they get slowed down back to 30 as I should be. I gotta be at 30 miles an hour, but I know the next control point is gonna be a red.
Clear 55-0.
Well, it should be a red, but I'm gonna give myself a restricting by right-clicking on it. So that'll allow me to proceed past that signal at 15 miles an hour, as long as I can stop within half the distance that I can see. Within half my view distance, I have to be able to bring the entire train to a complete stop. While not exceeding 15 miles an hour. So the speed isn't the biggest thing, it's how fast I need to be able to bring, like here's a curve, so I have to bring my train to a stop. This, if I was in restricting now, halfway through the curve, I'd have to be able to be completely stopped because I can't see the other end of the curve right now. But I'm not yet in the restricting.
I'm going to pull forward.
There's my restricting signal. You see it flashing red ahead of me.
BSF DS15, BSF 6871.
I'm 6456.
Still broken. Over.
This sign right here means if I did have a high vol or a green light, I proceed. I can go up to the track maximum or the train type maximum speed that I would be capable of. I'm just standard freight, so I'd only be able to do up to 50 at this marker.
All right, 1833 LAC bar ordered over.
I'm doing 20 now. I need to bring it down a couple more miles
See
as
what
I
we
hit
can
this
do. You'll probably
restricting
still be
here.
there a while.
We're below 15, so I'll go ahead and let off the dynamics.
It's Friday. You gotta be motivated, over.
0. SCAX Railroad Detector Milepost 177.4.
We go through this, I'll turn red for the trains behind us.
Repeat, no defect.
We are occupying the block.
Total axle 3-2. Speed 7-2 out.
So now our next evolution, next thing that we have to do, we're going to continue down the tracks here at restricting speed, and we will be throwing this switch. We own the block. We're in the block. We own it, so we can go ahead and manipulate this switch. We have outbounds with us, so we'll go here and here. These should be San Diego cars, I believe.
Approach diverging 173.
They are San Diego cars, however, the one that's full is here. I don't know why. That should be the other way. The San Diego's this way, the way we're coming from. Here's another load of San Diego cars right here, ready to go. You can see the loads are on this end, so I'd have to get those cars over here. Got two LIC San Diego, so they came from that area around Los Angeles and stopped here to pick up more cars on the way out. The amount of time it takes to do anything is pretty crazy here. So we're an hour and about 15 minutes in. And all we did is grab a couple cars and taking them back to La Mirada. By the time we get there, get these off, I mean, not a whole lot left to do. I know some 61 cars came in.
0.
We'll see if we can grab them and at least start taking them the other way. I don't see why we couldn't. Will we do it live? I don't know. Not at 15 miles an hour. Take a little bit of time. That's the rules of auto. I mean, if we were talking to a human dispatcher, we'd know, like, we can go, 30, 40, 30 miles an hour or so. We know where we gotta slow down. And they would know that we're going to throw that switch to come off the main. But simulator's not perfect. Not far off though either. They got 2 more weeks too, or next week anyways. I was counting this weekend. But next week it'll be the last. No. So next weekend is the last week of NFL preseason. The following week, my Cowboys are going to lose to the Eagles in the season opener. Eagles are the returning Super Bowl defending champions, playing the Dallas Cowboys that are not defending anything except the horrible record. So, in 2 weeks, we'll still be at the normal time at 3 p.m. on the West Coast. That's 6 p.m. on the East Coast when we started this thing. As the games change. If the 125 game, I'll push this back to 4. And if it's at a 5 o'clock or 5:15 game, I'll push it up a little bit to like 2:30. Well, no, actually I wouldn't need to because we usually end by 5. I just have to make sure I end by 5 on those nights. Or miss kickoff, whatever. So it's only the games that Dallas Cowboys are playing at 1:25 p.m. Pacific will I need to push back the time that I start to stream. And that's not too many. It's, you know, a handful, 17 or 18, 17 games this season, 18 games. I don't know exactly. And a quarter of those are going to be 125. So just listen. I'll tell you, next week I'm starting at this time because I will be keeping track of it for the most part. But thank you everybody who does show up here every week. All my faithfuls. I really do appreciate you. If you guys weren't here watching it, I wouldn't be doing it. I mean, people watch them on YouTube, not live. So, but I would be recording it. Then, you know, you don't get the interaction and the chat and all that. And here's your time to ask questions. You can do it in YouTube. It takes me a few days usually because I don't monitor every single day and go, did somebody ask me a question? Because usually the answer is no. And I have to go to my own channel to see that. But here live, obviously, you can ask the questions, and while I'm driving the train, and I can answer them. So, and again, I'm not a real life railroader. I just am a hobbyist, and I've learned a lot over the years because of the simulator. I mean, I'm not an airline pilot either, but I've flown hundreds of hours.
You need to calm down, Walker. Calm down, over.
Wow. That's live, guys. That's live.
Okay, they got their car count 10. Come up here as soon as I can get you a signal, and I'll have you follow them. Here we go. Thanks, big dog. Spatcher out.
So, you know, when Otto here in the simulator says, yeah, wait your turn, or, you know, when he talks smack,
Felipe Velasquez. Give me a call. Felipe, give me a call. Spatcher out.
that's like a real dispatcher there telling dude to chill out. So, not far from the truth. Pretty cool hearing the real thing. Like that. Eventually we're going to get there. I've already thrown the switch, so it's just a matter of getting to the yard. We may not have time to take a load. We'll go get ready, though, for it. So the next person that runs this will be hooked up and ready to roll. And I've mentioned before, too, if you chat in the multiplayer, you hit tab and you can type stuff. But when you do, if your radio, for example, I'm on channel 36 right now, as you can see right here. So if somebody was typing, the simulator defaults channel 0, and so if they're chatting on channel 0, all the stuff, everybody can see it on the server. But if you're on a specific channel, you can see the 0, but they will not see you if you reply. So if you need to communicate to somebody and it says when they are communicating, what channel they're on. Let's see if we can get somebody here. Of course, if I do it now, I won't do nothing. So let's see, channel 00. Now I'll still be able to hear dispatch or see dispatch. Now I'm on channel 0. So you can see where it says my name up there. It says 0, KungfuBeer. That's the channel that I'm on. So anybody on channel 0 throughout the server, anybody throughout the server, no matter what channel they're on, is going to see that hello. So Dermy says, hey, KFB. But if I was on the channel 36, I'd see Derby, but he would never have seen my hello. So because I'm on 0, he can see me. And because he's on 0, everybody on the server can see what we're writing right now. Keep that in mind. If you're playing in a multiplayer server, it doesn't matter which one. Oh, you're watching. Well, hello. So if you are here on any server and you're seeing people type and they're not responding to you or whatever, it's because check your channel, make sure you're on 0 to communicate up here. Then, otherwise, you'd need to be through the dispatcher. You'd want to be. I'm looking at the red signals right here. Those are for me, but it's an intermediate signal. So the proper way to do this, by the way, since this is an intermediate signal, the reason it's red is because the switch ahead of me, I've already opened. So, intermediate signal with a red, I can stop and proceed. So that is the procedure for a red at an intermediate signal. So now we are safe to proceed, and we're doing it. That's like total legit. On the server, do we care that you do that? Not really, but that is the proper way to do it. You cannot run a red that is a control point on the server. It's against the rules, it's against the law, and it's against everything that is simulating. So, but because we use auto and not a person, we have to go by that. A person would set the next signal ahead of us after we pass that one, most likely, or, again, not real time, real life, so I don't know what they do. But listen to Spectre here. He'll be like, yeah, you gotta go there, big dog. Just go. Go to the switch. Oh, yeah, big dog. Back there. Love listening to that guy. Very entertaining. Yeah, having a good time at work. You gotta love what you do. It's not a job if you love what you do, though, right? I keep my speed up. I am starting to climb here a little bit. I can feel it. I can feel it pulling me back. But as soon as I get over a little bit of a hump, it's going to start going downhill, and I got to watch speed then. But my switch is already set up for me. It's right here after this little whoosh. Little whoosh. All right, just see. Chris Scott. I don't know what time. Great, Scott. I don't know what time you sent that. My other window was kind of in the way. Did the locomotive get a cab update? No, I don't believe so. It could be. You know what? I did. You talking about like this here? Because it's got like some stickers and stuff in there. I did do a. Over on the enhancement Discord, there is for the SD70 or 45 SD45s. I believe that's what I'm driving here. There was an update for the paint and the kind of configuration inside. So this is not a update from Run 8. This is an enhancement, a mod. And it does look better. There's a couple other things in here, Some of the stickers are different. Oh, that's a train sentry? Well, that would be the same as this guy. No, that's train. Yeah, it's the same. Should show you the EOTD. All right, let's put start a countdown here. Be cool if it showed up there, but I don't think that's part of it because like these are connected here. I don't know if that really belongs there or not. That's the backside of the light. Yeah, I'm starting to speed up here, so I got to make sure I watch speed. Yeah, it has these stencils on here, the brake pipe. See how they're not going straight. So whoever did them you know, made it look nice and stuff.
Over.
But they didn't, you know, it's custom. It's one way to say that.
Well, I heard somebody say you're here. They're here. Anyway, double yellow.
All trains have a all trains have a distance counter. So on the rail driver, it's range. It says range. Let me bring this thing to a stop. So if you go here, that's the wrong one. Controls, keyboard. On the keyboard, you have distance counter up and down. So it's the right shift, multiply, right shift, multiply, and then multiply. And so even the wide bodies have it. And yeah, I use it all the time. So the 38s, the 40s, the 45s,
DS15 answering Hobart.
SD70s, 4400s, they all do. The MP15s. All right, I'm gonna put a couple handbrakes on, but before I release the air, I need to go to the back. That's the wrong screen. I need to go here. I'm gonna have to close this and remove the EOTD. Then you asked what's under the speed thing. Let me see here when I get back. If was it distance counter that you're talking about? Let me close this. So I'm gonna blow the air out. Now that I've taken the EOTD off, I can pop all the air off like that. The train dropped off those 61s. He left these switches like that. Not a big deal. I have these here, but I'm not going to get all messed up about that. No biggie. So I just got to drop off these San Diego cars and then head back or head that way, actually. That's set. That other one's set. Bring on back. They do have, the Chivos do have, I'll show you in a minute. They show up on the MDT, whatever, the MDC, whatever they call them. Ah. No, I didn't bleed the brakes.
Hold tight. Get your conductor on board and hold tight. I'm making some moves. You're not blocking a crossing, are you?
I forgot to bleed the brakes.
Light power. Okay, let me figure this out. I'll be back with you.
All right, so let me bleed all these things. So I can't because I'm not attached to them. So as soon as I popped them off, I blew PCS on the lead and all of the cars. Brakes went off because they, basically it said, oh, we lost air, so danger,
Hey, what are you talking about, for the switch?
Now we're good.
I'm
This
not
is
worried
closed.
about the switch. You just do what you need to do. Tell me what you need to do. Don't worry about the switch. Just tell me when you're clear.
Alright. So I'll kick that off about 9 miles an hour. I don't know how far they're gonna go, but it's alright. And I know it's going into a loaded one. They're going to San Diego off the map. They're not climbing any major hills, so it's not that big of a deal. More important, the ones going to Barstow have all the, you know, the weight, because you're climbing hills. You need them to not be jerky. So I'm going to go right through there. That's good. That's what we want. Actually, 61's coming back this way, so we don't want to go that way. Want to prepare. So this is 81. If you remember a week ago or so, I had sorted these out. I think. So I've got 61s here, and then on the far end as well. So it seems to me that we would get those ones first. Or maybe not, because so that one we're not going to go down. But I'm going to park the engines here if we need that extra time. So that's good. We're coming along. These guys are stopped, and we'll put a handbrake on there. Fine. No problemo. Change this switch back. Not that we need to, but it's a nice thing to do. Make sure we've closed the mainline switch, which we had not. We have to restore everything to working order there, so now the big trains can come down the big line. The mainline switch is, well, Run 8 does have remote control units. That's what I'm doing now. I'm remote controlling it. But I mean, like a remote control, like holding a box. I don't know that it needs that, though. Because, I mean, if you have a rail driver or keyboard and you're sitting here watching it like this, you're remote controlling it. Or standing, you know, like I'm standing on the stairs, because it's remote control. And then you see you have the little light here that, on that one anyways, this one doesn't have it. It says you're operating under remote control, more than the other drivers. Derail Valley has the actual remotes. And they're pretty cool. It's nice having it. Alright, do I have enough space to get around this guy? I hope so. Close. Yeah, see? So that, I'm barely touching it, but it shouldn't be there. That was probably me, though. It'd have to come up just a little bit.
15 to BNSF 6946 over. This crew's 20 minutes out. They're going to just get you there over.
I'll see this says error, so this should not be here.
You BNSF DS15 out.
So yeah, we got some things to fix. 61 is not error. That should be 81. So yeah, we got to fix that. We got to do a little sorting. Got to make
LB40 over.
got to make sure that that gets resolved. If I
Hang on,
can.
you call me now. Stand by.
Not sure why that hasn't been updated here, but let's fix that now. So 61. If you remember when I did that before, if I bring up this one here, say everything that's on page 4. So the KRZ, if we see any ARZ, this one is also 81. I got KRZ, got PAL. Well, I mean, when you take over command, when you flick the breakers to operate the train, those lights come on. SIE and TTC. I don't see those in here. Just those guys. And I'm going to relinquish so we can fix any that might be here as well. If we look here on these cars, so SIE is 81. So here's the TTCs that I just talked about. So TTC,
Vector to LB 40 now again. Over.
SIE,
LB 40 over. Okay. We're not going back to
PAL.
Arlington. You can put it in the Mariloma Manifest where you were at, or we can go to Montclair. Whichever's easiest for you.
Mariloma's
You
just
tell
a
me.
little bit away. It's at that Riverside portion that doesn't work here. So PAL.
Sorry about that, but that
And the
was
last
not
one
my
will be
original,
KRZ.
process here, so I'd have left you there.
Don't
Come
see
on
any
down.
of
They're
those.
just going to leave maintenance way on number 2 track. Come on and let me know when you're clear.
Last one will be
If 44
AIR.
drops
So
on you,
none
let
of
me know.
those. So all these that say
That's correct. Jack and them should have you right if they
I'd have
don't
to
give
change
you a
all
call
these
once
to
you talk her.
8-1.
That's right.
oh, I don't think it should have done that.
That's right.
Maybe it should have. So these are all 8-1s. See, they changed everything to TTC. That's not what we wanted to do. We selected all. Well, it mirrored what those ones were. So this one was SIE. These were TTC. And then I think these ones were, go back and look at it. These are PAL. No, these ones were PAL down here. Or they will be now. So that's it. So these are now, I have to do a little more sorting. I'm not going to do it now. We've got these things ready to go. So somebody will have to split those off. Train relinquish. Put the handbrake on there. Turn that guy off. Turn that guy off. And then we got a Z train. Can't tell which way. It's coming this way. It's going that way. Auto rack already passed us. Well, an Esperanza up here. Where is this guy? There he is. You can see him coming here, so where's the detector? That's not a detector, that's a oiler. There's a detector over here. Yeah, we'll go right here. By the sign. So yeah, that's I'm gonna end it a little bit earlier days because it's a little too late to start anything new. So let me see. Let me get something going here.
Doesn't look like 44 is going to come in LOB 40, so let me know when you can signal. If
You're welcome for doing the check right there. Glad to have you. To get rid of all this stuff here. And yeah, we'll let the train go by as we end our stream here on the, what is today? I don't know, August something, 17th. I'll be back next Sunday, again, same time. The Cowboys playing next week. And if you're ever interested on running these locals, I mean, I do all these streams every week. I put them in the job postings, or you can look at them to the channel. So if you're interested in doing a local for one of the San Bernardino, any of them, 'cause I do all different ones too, but mostly BNSF, but everywhere else. You can go in there and you can find these videos on how to run these locals and how I do them. You can do them different, you can do them the same, you can do them however you want. I'll be back on Twitch on Wednesday night at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, doing some Kingdom Come Deliverance. So that's only an hour though. So that's it. I don't play on the work during the work week at all. I go to work, come home, go to bed, get up, go to work. What time you'll see me playing Run 8 is on Sundays during this time. And Wednesday nights on Twitch for my 2 hours a week for gaming. Or 3 hours. 3 hours doing this. So anyways, hope you guys have a great week. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Yeah, so far. Go ahead and take your truck back, take your load.
MWCML, can you hear me or yard van over?
Oh, pick it up and take it back to the city. Siga rolando que te vaya a levantar.
That's your MWMCL there, over.